Okay, now I see why I don't make videos. So it takes entirely too long to try to get a video made. So I was actually, let me see. I feel like I'm coming down with a cold. It's the slowest moving cold I've ever had because for a couple weeks I've been off and on feeling like, am I trying to get sick? Anyways, I didn't have any mask. Look at this. I just threw this on just because I was trying to make a video. Didn't comb it, didn't brush it, nothing. I just threw it on. So anyways, yeah, now I feel so tired. I don't even want to make the video because I've tried. Anyways, I don't know. It said I was live streaming for like 18 minutes. I have no clue. The webcam light wasn't on, but it kept saying I was live streaming for 18 minutes. So if I was, then you guys saw me frantically trying to set up one computer and then that not working, trying to set up the other. I don't know. I don't get it. And then I was on a wrong channel. I was on one of my other older channels. So I had to come over to this channel. But anyways, look, I know this is about nail aid. And I'm not going to make this a long video because, again, I really need to be resting. But I was thinking, I don't know why people spend a lot of money. People spend a lot of money for detangling brushes. I found this, guess where? At the Dollar Tree. It works. Now, granted, I've got this wig on, but it works wonderful in my hair. And my hair is only about 3 inches long. Some parts might be about 4 inches long. But it gets through my tangles in my real hair. So, like, I don't know. Why would you spend a lot of money when this does the job? Oh, did I freeze? I froze. I froze. Yesterday, I made this cooking video. I ordered my HelloFresh meal, and I made it for you guys yesterday live, and it was on the wrong channel. That's because I don't feel good, and I'm tired, and I try to do too much. And look at this mess. Anyways, I only got this on sale for like $10 because I was going to be in a play. And so I thought I'll wear this so I don't have to worry about hair. But now I don't know if I'm going to be in the play because when I don't feel good, especially when it's cold and flu season, I'm not pushing it. If it was summertime and I felt like this, I probably would push it because there wouldn't be as many germs and viruses in the air. But right now, we already know we've got the COVID-19 running around. But for me, it's just it's the concern of that, plus the concern of cold and flu season. So, the only reason why I think I picked up a bug is because I couldn't find mask anywhere. And when I looked on Amazon and eBay, people were asking way too much money for masks. There's no way I was going to pay what they were asking for masks. I thought I'll just keep looking locally, keep trying. Oh, speaking of which, somebody told me to call them this evening and they will see when their truck comes in tomorrow if there's some masks. So that's another reason why I'm trying to stay in too, because I just don't have enough masks. And I'm sorry, is it too dark? Let me see if I can get some light on in here. That might help. That makes me think I'm serious about this channel. But I need to get serious about my equipment. But anyway, so I was going to go live about this stuff here. I love this stuff, this nail aid. This is the Total Pure 9-in-1. This is the Biotin, the Ultimate Strength. This is my favorite. This is the Keratin, excuse me, the 3-day growth. I feel like I need to wear a mask just while I'm making a video for you guys. So yeah, I have to go to the doctor's in the morning. And you know how they keep telling people if you feel sick, call ahead of time? Well, first of all, my appointment was already, on the schedule for a while. I mean, before I even got sick. And my appointment's at 8:30 in the morning. So I'm like, how am I going to call then? I think I'm just going to call from the parking lot and say, look, I don't have a fever or anything like that, but I feel like I might have a mild cold. And what do you want me to do? And I hope they don't say they have to bring me in and put me in a specific room, because if that's the case, that's the room the sick people have been in. I don't want to go in that room. So I'm going to make that clear to them, that if you're putting people in a room that have flus and that you think might have the virus, please do not put me in the same room, because I'm trying to be honest and tell you it's just a little mild cold. And but it's the slowest moving cold. I was going to take some Theraflu yesterday and just try to get some rest, but I'm so I always have a million things to do, and I never stop until I almost pass out. I just keep going while I can, because I know when I can't, I can't. So anyway, before this turns into a half-hour video, so this was the first one I tried. I love this one, the Keratin 3-day growth. Now, I'm not sure how well it works in terms of 3-day growth. I do know it makes my nails stronger. And I do know that there is some growth. I don't know if it's from, oh, scared me. It's like, what the heck is that? I don't know if it's from the keratin or if it's just 3 days gone by that my nails have grown a bit. I don't know. So what I was going to do was come out here and do my nails. Well, I was going to show you my nails, if you can see them. So my nails got so ruined. I know it'll be hard. We really need a picture. So that's the thumb on the left. These are the stubs on the left, the bad nails on the left, I should say. These are the right. And this is thumbnail on the right. I think this is the only nail that grows decent, one of my nails. But I was going to paint them and come back on 3 days later. But you know what? I can't promise I'll be back on, because this equipment gives me such a fit trying to get a video going that hang on, I can't talk and paint my nails apparently at the same time. But this gives me my equipment is so old or something. I don't know. Maybe YouTube has changed too much. I don't know. But I was going to come back out in 3 days, show you my nails, and then take this one off and try the other ones. Now, the only reason why I tried the Biotin was because they were out of the keratin. And last year in November, my granddaughter and I, when we spent our day together, we went to get her nails done, and they talked me into getting my nails done. Well, I had never got gel nails before. So I spent, what was it, like $35 getting some gel nails that just ruined my nails. just ruin them. So I had a Groupon at a different salon. So right before Christmas, I went and got the old gel that I got done in November. I got that taken off, and I used the Groupon to get another set of gel nails. So I am just now beginning to get my nails back in shape. Just now. I mean, from last year. Look at this. Look at this. So anyways, I've painted one coat, and usually I do two. I was going to try to get my dishes done before I did this. Now I'm going to have to wait like 2 hours to do my dishes. And it's 6 o'clock, and I should let my blinds down. But I love the fact that it's after 6 and I can have my blinds open. I love that. We're not too far from spring and daylight savings time. I think is coming soon. I never know when it is. I don't really care. I just wait until everybody starts saying, woohoo, clocks go back. You know what? I'm going to shut my blinds. Hang on. Before all the nosy people start looking in. Okay. I didn't shut them all the way, but at least they're down. So yeah, I still have my pajamas on. I'm telling you, I was in bed a lot today. And when I woke up, my stomach was actually bothering me. And I thought, no, please no. So I'm glad I didn't take the Theraflu because I may have thought it upset my stomach. So I just chilled. I had a free 30-day trial of Amazon Prime, and it ended today. So I just watched, oh, good evening, Your Pleasure, and Over 50 and Fantabulous. I never see the messages, never. When people leave me messages, I can never see them until I log off. This is the first time. Daylight saving time is Saturday. Good. Good. I'm glad. I thought I was going to say at March 8th or something. I thought I saw. I can't keep up with things because I always have too much on my plate. It's hard enough just trying to take care of me. And so one of my neighbors yesterday said, come downstairs and sit around 8 o'clock. And I was like, you know, I feel like I'm getting a cold. I would prefer to stay away from people because I would prefer people to stay away from me if they were sick. And plus, I live in communal living now. I don't want to be around people. There's a virus going around that's pretty nasty. I don't want to be around people. You know, they keep telling people what to do. Social distancing. A lot of people, I guess, don't understand what social distancing means. For somebody who has respiratory illness, that means stay away from people if you don't need to be around people. That's what it means. That's what it means. Now, I purchased a new wash machine and it's coming next week. So I've got to let those folks into my home if I want my washer. But you better believe it. I'm going to make them hit the sanitation station that I have set up right by my door. I keep sanitizer right by the door. And honestly, if I wasn't short on masks, I would have masks there. Because if any of them come in here coughing or sneezing, I'm going to give them one of my masks, even though I don't really have many to spare. I'm going to give them one. But they're not going to come in here coughing and sneezing. I'm already trying to, whatever little bug I picked up, I'm trying to make sure it dies. You know, it's a lot of work. I don't think people realize. So that's one coat on this hand. And it leaves a nice shine. And I think this is the thickest one of all three of them. I think this is the thickest one. I stay away from people as much as possible, except for work. And I keep my distance from coworkers. Yep, I'm a germaphobe. Yeah, so am I. I try to stay away from people as much as possible too, because people don't understand. Like last week, I was in the store and one of the employees was talking to me and he was trying to tell me a story. And I guess he didn't want his coworkers to hear. So he kind of got up in my face and I could smell his breath. If I smell your breath, you're entirely too close to me. They're saying even with the COVID-19, stay 6 feet from people. And people don't understand that distance and, don't shake hands. And I have to watch with hugging. I'm a hugger. And last week, one of the ladies didn't make it to prayer meeting. And so we stopped to see if she was home. And when she came out, I gave her a hug and I thought, I have to stop doing that. Because what if she was sick? She was out of town. What if she got sick? And I'm like, I've got to stop. So I prefer to just stay in, stay away. This is what I did during H1N1. I stayed in as much as possible. Like I said, I've got to go to the doctor's tomorrow. I don't have a choice. I've got to go. But I had another appointment tomorrow. I canceled it because it's not a necessity. What is communal living? That just means I live in a building with lots of other people. And so, like, there's so many things I'm like, with this COVID-19, there's so many things that run through my mind because I'm like, okay, I live in communal living. What, how many people go in and out of here? What if one person would bring it in? And then I was thinking about my mask. I always have a stockpile of masks for cold and flu season. And I didn't this year. And even when I heard about the COVID-19, I kind of slept a little bit because I thought, I'll wait and see where it goes. And I shouldn't have waited. I should have ran out because locally in my area, the mask, somebody was paying attention because the mask got brought up pretty quickly. I couldn't find them anywhere by the time I started looking. The other thing is my medication. So they're saying that a lot of the pharmaceutical manufacturers, some of the main ingredients of the medications come from China. Last year, I had such a huge stockpile of medication because I had my meds on auto ship. So before I would run out of script, the next one would come as long as my insurance would pay for it. So last year, I said, well, you know what? I'm tired of throwing out expired medication. How about I'm going to run out all this medication I have before I start ordering. So I took my medication off auto ship last year. So I don't have a stockpile of meds. So I'm like, what is happening here with all the things? No mask, no stockpile of meds. And I moved into a communal living. Wear your mask when you go out. No shame in that. I always do. I always do. Every cold and flu season. I think that's why I was doing so well the past few years. I got a cold last year in June, but a summer cold is much better than a winter cold. And it was sort of it wasn't a really, really, really bad cold that put me down and under. But for the past 3 years, I barely got sick. And I believe it's because the past 3 years, I took extra precautions. Before I used to just wear my mask if I was to the hospital for a test but then I got wise. And about 3 years ago, I wore my mask everywhere I went. I wore it to Bible study. I wore it wherever I went. If I was around a bunch of people, especially if somebody started coughing, if I would ask people, is anybody sick? And they said no, I might feel a little less nervous. But yeah, when you have a respiratory illness, you take those precautions. A lot of the things that I'm doing right now, people think I'm doing for COVID-19, and they don't understand that I live with lung disease. This is normal for me to wear the mask, to keep people out of my home during cold and flu season. If people come in, people who know me well know that when they come into my home, the first thing I usually ask them to do is please wash your hands, Because if you come in and you've got something on your hands, now you're in my home touching my stuff. And if you've got something, now I've got to go and sanitize and disinfect behind everything you've touched. And that's a lot of work on me. So my options were don't let people in, or when people come, ask them, wash your hands. It doesn't hurt. And I think anybody should do it. I've had people come to my home for dinner and start going in my cabinets to get their plate when I said you can help yourself. To me, the first thing I would do at a person's home is say, where can I wash my hands? Because some people don't like if you wash your hands in their kitchen sink. I don't understand that. My mom was kind of like that. But wear your mask when you go. Better to be safe, sis. Amen. Amen. It's not worth it to me. Here's what I keep telling people that think I'm being overly paranoid. I've had my chance at 5 months on a ventilator. I don't want to revisit it. If they want to, by all means, go ahead. If you want to find out what it feels like to be on life support for 5 months, go ahead. But I've already been there. I've already had the opportunity to find out what it's like. So if you think, and this is what I'm talking to people, if they think I'm being paranoid, hypochondriac, germophobic, any of those names, bring it on. I'll take it. That's like when people think they're degrading me as a Christian and call me years ago when people would say a Jesus freak. Bring it on. Bring it on. I'll take being called names like that because they're compliments. If you call me a germaphobe or a hypochondriac, that's a compliment because that's telling me I'm showing you how much my health means to me. Okay, now I've really got to shut the blinds because it's getting dark. Hope y'all can't see me in my pajamas because they're not really pajamas. It's just stuff I threw on because I'm not feeling well. I stopped touching door handles months ago. I know I looked nutty at first, but they don't think I'm crazy now. Yeah, I don't. I taught my granddaughter, when she was little, when we would go into public restrooms, I taught her when she was little, don't touch this, don't touch this. Use your foot, grab a tissue, do this, do that, because she was too small. I don't know that they had the toilet seat covers at the time. And plus, she would have been too small and to deal with all that. So I had to teach her. And even as she got older, places that don't have toilet seat covers, I had to teach her, put toilet paper down on the seat. You don't know who has sat on that seat. You don't know what they have left on that seat. Put toilet paper down if they don't have toilet seat covers and wash your hands and there's so much information out. It just blows my mind that people don't know that after you wash your hands, shut off the handle with your elbow or something. Otherwise, anything that's on that faucet is on your hands. That's why when people come in now, and not too many people come in, but I have my sanitizer right by the door now, especially with the COVID-19 out. And I tell people, please use sanitizer before you touch anything. Because if you start touching the door handle, the light switches, or the faucet or anything, I have to make note of that mentally and go behind you and wipe down all that stuff. First of all, Lysol's expensive. And second of all, again, that is a lot of work for me. It's a lot of work. It really is. I would wear a mask if you asked me to and wash my hands, use my elbow to turn off the faucet. Yeah, some people don't. I've had people that honestly act like they got a little offended when I said, can you wash your hands? But, that's a shame. It's funny. I came out here to talk about the nail lathe, and this is the first time I've been able to see people's comments. This is the first time. This is so cool. But because I keep getting chills, I might throw my robe on. I was trying to be a little cute. I thought, you know what, I'm going to take my head wrap off that I usually wear. And because these pajamas kind of look like I said, they're not pajamas. It's like a red tank top underneath this pajama top and some polka dot bottoms on. Oh, the beauty of being, excuse me, on a camera. But anyways, so I tried to make a video and it said I was live streaming for 18 minutes. And I'm like, where was I live streaming to? And who the heck was watching as I was walking back and forth fussing because I couldn't get the one computer to work and I had to go get the other computer. I'm telling you, I need some, I don't know. I need some equipment that works right. Now this is working fine. This is not, the picture on the screen is nice and clear. The live chat is working. On my phone, I can't go live on my phone on this channel. I don't have enough people or hours or whatever it is. God is good. Been looking for you. I was just thinking about you today. I really was, and I'm not just saying that. I was thinking about, because I was thinking once I ate my dinner and got my kitchen cleaned up and went to bed, that I was going to try to catch up on some YouTube videos. And I was thinking about you, and I was thinking about when you lived here in this state, and I used to watch your videos, and we were kind of in the same spot in life, you know, other than you work, and I've got lung disease that prevents me from working. But we were in the same hard spot, and I was thinking how God is so good, and how He has brought us out, and you know, He's just a. So I moved into my new place. 1 week later, my mother died. Well, and then after that, I was home for like 10 days. I came back, had all kind of problems. I had broke 2 teeth the same day my mother died. And so they had to be extracted, but I had to wait until I came back from burying my mother. So it was just nonstop. It was nonstop. That's just the tip. It just kept happening and happening. And where was I going with the story though? But so I felt like I never got a chance to get settled in because it was just too much. And I think when I finally got a chance to lay down and rest, I was like, I'm tired. So, oh, thank you. So I feel like I'm finally getting a chance to work on my home. And I feel like I'm finally getting it together. So it has already stopped. And so I purchased, my knees have been hurting so bad. I guess you guys can tell I live close to traffic. My knees have been hurting so bad that when I get up out of my furniture, I'm like, oh, because all my furniture is kind of low. And it's not even that. When I sit in my accent chair, my knees hang down to where they hurt. And I have to put something, come on here. I have to put something under to keep my legs elevated. So I purchased a recliner, which was so much of a hassle. I thought it was going to give me a heart attack just purchasing a chair. So anyways, it had these features on it that I didn't know it had. It not only, now the only thing I don't like about it is it's electric and you can't let it down with your feet. You can't just push it down. So if something ever goes wrong or the electric goes out, the chair is not going to work. But it also vibrates and has heat. And when you get out the chair, it will lift you up. It's one of those lift ones that kind of like dump you out a bit so you don't have to put so much pressure on your knees. So I was sitting in it today. Actually, I was laying around because I wasn't feeling well. And I told myself, get out of bed, don't lay in bed all day. So I thought, go out and sit in your recliner. You bought a new recliner, go enjoy it. So I did. I sat in my recliner and I put the heat and the massage on and almost fell asleep. And if you want to mail me your address to my P.O. box, okay. And so I like I said, today was my last day of my free 30-day Amazon Prime trial. And so there were a couple shows that I really enjoyed watching on there. And I thought, you know what? Just enjoy what God has done. I hadn't had time to enjoy it. And so when I looked around my home, I said to God, I don't even feel like this is mine. Like I said that, I was like, I feel like I'm in somebody else's home because I looked around and I looked at my furniture and I thought, I haven't had new furniture since 1998 or 1999, maybe even 1997. That was the last time I bought new furniture. And, yesterday I was able to bless somebody with my old washer. My washer was over 10 years old and I bought it used. It did break once, but my son fixed it. But, so God has blessed me where I was able to go get a washer, and one of my neighbors didn't have one. And so I was able to bless him with a washer. I think we all deserve to be blessed. I really do. I think I think none of us deserve anything because we're all wicked and wretched sinners. That's just my personal opinion. But I do think sometimes when we're faithful and obedient to God, I think He feels we're deserving of things. I really do. And even in my worst dire times, I was still, you know, obedient in my finances and in giving to the church. Everybody doesn't agree with tithing, and but we all have to do what our own personal convictions are. All of us, whatever He knew us before we got here. He understands. Amen. Amen. And yeah, so He's just really been good. He's really just been blessing me, and sometimes I can't even go into how much He's blessing me because I get too overwhelmed and I start crying. And one day I was driving and just thinking of all the blessings. And blessings are more sometimes than just material things. They're just that overwhelming joy, that overwhelming peace, that inner peace, that love that we feel from Him. Those are great blessings. And when all of it comes together, when the spiritual blessings come together with the manifestations of the material blessings, sometimes it can be overwhelming. And so that's kind of where I was at. It was, there's a scripture in Deuteronomy, and it says, the blessings of the Lord will catch up and overtake you. I know a lot of times people say, I'm sorry, guys, I don't mean to keep coughing. I don't know how loud it's picking up on the camera. But people say, we can't take scriptures out of context. We have to know what context the scripture was used in, and we do. And but let me backtrack a little bit here. I just hope I don't lose my train of thought where I was going with this. But one of the things when I had the Amazon Prime for 30 days free, they had a lot of religious stuff about Jesus, stuff about the Bible, stuff about God. And I was going to watch some of it. One second. Let me just grab my tissues and have them here. So, anyways, they had a lot of stuff, religious stuff, whatever you want to call it. And I was going to watch some of it, and then I said, you know what, I can't. Did I freeze? I thought, I can't listen to somebody else's opinion. I don't really have to or need to. Scriptures will interpret themselves. All we have to do is study the word for ourselves. God will reveal it to us the way he wants it revealed to us in our life and for our life. I need to have my hand sanitizer in here. Look up the sister called Nyla Psalms. She loves the Lord and has started over just like we have. I certainly will. I have to go get my hand sanitizer. 1 second. But I have to put my robe on because I'm telling you, I look like a clown with these clothes I have on today. Oh my. Okay. I have two little, oh, you probably saw me come in. I didn't even think to close this thing up. I have two little small hand sanitizers, but I don't know where I put them. But if I'm going to be sitting in here coughing, I don't know. I don't know if I have a cold or what, but this is what I do. So, yeah, where was I at? About watching the religious shows on Amazon Prime and realizing that there's too many people with too many different opinions about religion, about God, about Jesus. And the only thing I need to do is read the scriptures, and God will interpret the scriptures in my life. They will come to life. He will give me the revelation. I don't need a man or a woman to tell me their views and opinions of the Bible. Now, don't get me wrong, I like listening to a lot of people, and I like listening to a lot of people preach. I like Juanita Bynum. A lot of people think she's crazy. But let me write her name down because I'll forget to go back through the chat. Nyla Psalms. And I have been a follower of Juanita Bynum. I didn't like her when I first started listening to her, and I think it was because I didn't like the conviction that her messages put people under. But I have followed her for years, and I'm going to tell you what, I have seen a lot of stuff that she has spoken come to pass. I've seen a lot of it. So the Bible says what is it? The way of a true prophet is what they, how to know if it's a true prophet is what they speak will come to pass. And so I just, again, it's personal. Sorry, I'm trying to check my messages. It's personal. That's why in Christianity, they even teach it's a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. But then some people, when you disagree with them, act like you've committed a sin. But it's personal. You should be able to disagree with people. If I am sitting under a teaching and I disagree with the teacher or the preacher or the pastor, and people think that I'm wrong, then it's a cult. It's a cult. Because God gave each of us our own minds. I shouldn't say it's a cult. To me, I shouldn't say it like that. But to me, I might as well be in a cult, put it that way. If I sit up under a teaching or a preaching and I can't disagree with their teachings, and I'm supposed to agree with everything they say, then I might as well be in a cult, because that's what cults do. You can't have your own mind. You can't have your own thoughts. Christianity teaches it is a personal relationship with Jesus, so it should be personal. It is your relationship with the Father, amen, through His Son. Understood, I agree. She moved to a town knowing no one and is solely depending on the Lord to guide her. That is amazing. That's what, when I moved here, I made the mistake of moving here for a relationship. And, oh, somebody's coughing. I live in a non-smoking complex. So all the smokers, somebody sounds like they're choking. All the smokers can't smoke on the property. Gosh, somebody is really coughing bad. So yeah. So anyway, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to do my nails and I'm not focused. But yeah, I moved here and didn't really know anybody, and somebody had gave me a window plaque, and it was from Joshua. The scripture from Joshua: "The Lord go with you." What is that scripture? Wherever you go, wherever you go, the Lord is with you. And I had that window plaque as a reminder that I may not have had family here, but I had God. And, excuse me, then God brought my family here. And some of the other ones have threatened for years to move here, but have never made the move. I had a couple that moved here but went back, or several. They came for a little while, but they went back. But yeah, sometimes I think God puts you in those places. I think God puts you in those places. I'm sorry, all these emails keep coming through on my computer. But I think He puts you in those places so that we can be more dependent upon Him and more reliant upon Him. When the relationship I was in did not work out, who did I have but God? I saw somebody had a thing on their Facebook page, and it said, I may not, it was so funny. I may not have anybody rocking my world, but I don't have anybody ruining it either. That was so funny because for me, it was just so true. And I thought I would so rather be by myself than have somebody just jacking me up and jacking me around. I would so rather just have the peace of God within and being happy. I talk to too many people that are just so unhappy. And I just think inside, you don't have to be. You don't have to be. You can have peace and you can have joy. And see, look at the pretty shine. Look at that. I know that one's wet, but this one should be dry. This one's dry. And look, it puts such a nice shine. And again, that's the keratin. This is the one I like the most, the 3-day growth. So if I can get the equipment to work, right? What's today? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. If I can get the equipment to work right in 3 days, Wednesday's really busy. That's the day they're delivering my washer. And then I've got other things going on Wednesday. So maybe Thursday. Then we'll check my nails. And we'll just try to, if I can remember, I'll try to take a picture of them. I know I won't remember because I can't even remember my name half the time. But we'll see by Wednesday or Thursday what they look like. And there, I can't get it clear unless I pull back. That's the left, That's the right. Agreed. We move for one reason, and it is us. Hmm. Yeah, he does. Sometimes we think we're doing things in life and we don't even realize it's the Holy Spirit leading and guiding us because he's got the bigger plan for our life. And so he is exactly like living alone. The nails look good. I loved it. This is $3.88 at Walmart. And again, it's the Nail Aid. It's called Nail Aid. And this is a keratin. This is the best one I've found so far. This one worked when I couldn't find the keratin. I bought the Biotin second, and I thought, well, Biotin should make them grow. This I didn't like. It didn't do too much. This did better. This is 9-in-1. I can't see. I can't even see. It's the total 9-in-1 cure. And I think if my nails had been in better shape, this would have worked well. But I cannot read. I can't even see that little writing on there. I don't know why they do that. I guess when you get older, you're not supposed to want to use stuff like this and learn how to, or maybe they feel like by the time you're old, you should know how to use a bottle of nail polish because they make everything so small and you can't see it. And I get so tired of squinting. And then it's amazing when I don't have my contacts in how well I can see. But yeah, he moves us and positions us. I've said most of my life, it's like a game of chess. And he just picks us up and says, nope, I want you over here. And sometimes we think we're making those choices. And we make the choice to be obedient, or sometimes we're disobedient. And he kind of backs us into a corner for us to make a move in the direction we're supposed to. But if we trust in him, it all works out. It all works out, the way it's supposed to. And it's for his glory and always for our good. But more so for his glory. We just don't understand it. I like living alone too. I would love to do life with someone, but it would have to be the right someone. But I think being single has its, well, just like with anything in life, it has its good point, it has its bad points. I've been content being single for a long time. And I am at a place now where I'm like, God, it would be nice if you could bring somebody into my life to share this thing with. But he knows what's best for me. And he knows if that person's just going to jack me up and jack me around, it is better for me to be right where I'm at. So I'm at that place where Paul said, I've learned how to be content in all circumstances. Whether I have not, I've learned to be content, period. I went through 7 years of famine. I learned to be content. The running old joke is we say, I have a plan, and God chuckles. Amen. Amen. We make our best laid plans, and they're nowhere near sometimes what, yeah. I had my plans when I left and moved to the state. I had my plans. And yeah, God was probably chuckling the whole time, like, you don't even know what I have for you. Because like I said in my own home today and said, this doesn't even feel like my home, God. I'm so blessed. I'm just so blessed. And there's nothing like being content. Not just being content, because I've been content in my homes over the past 10 years. I've been content. Even when I couldn't pay my bills, even when I didn't even know if I was going to have a home from month to month, I was still content. with my home. But I'm telling you, there's nothing like enjoying your home, living in your home, being at peace in your home, enjoying your home, enjoying the things you have in your home. I'm almost kind of glad that things have caused me to have to stay in more, because I'd like to get the rest of my home set up. It doesn't make sense to have things and you never get to enjoy it or look at it, or you can't even enjoy your home half the time because I stay on the go. I stay busy. I go as long as my body will allow me to. So I don't just sit around. And but yeah, I would like to get this home set up and enjoy it. And like absolutely enjoy it. Like today, when I'm force myself to just sit in my recliner and chill and watch some TV. I had being at peace. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. I have, like, excuse me, like most of us in life, been through times where we feel like we're going to lose our mind. There's nothing like being at peace. And it's also good because when you're at peace and in a good spot, it's nice to be able to help others who are struggling, you know. And it's nice to be able to give back to others what people have given to you. Um, so yeah, there's nothing like being at peace. When I see people struggling with peace of mind and all that, it hurts my heart. Like it really does. Because you know that there is nothing you can do for a person that does not have peace. All you can do is direct them to God, who's the giver of peace. And so, but you can't do anything for them, other than pray for them. But in terms of like if somebody's starving, you can give them food, but peace, you can't give them peace. That's something they have to find inside themselves, and only God, I think, can deliver peace. But yeah, it's amazing. Look, 53 minutes. I said I was going to come out here and do the video on the nail aid. And I love the colors of these bottles. They're so pretty. I don't know. I like pastels and I love colors. But yeah, once I get my nails in good shape again, I told my granddaughter I will never pay ever again for somebody to ruin my nails. If I want my nails ruined, I'll ruin them myself. But I will never, ever, ever in my life go to a salon. Waste. My nails were so pretty. They even said it in the salon before they jacked them up. He said, "Oh, I keep hitting the tripod." But he even said, he's like, "What is that that's showing?" Oh well. But he even said, "Oh, your nails are nice. Your nails," and they had grown so nice. And then they talked me into getting that gel stuff on. I knew nothing about gel nails, but I went ahead and did it. Jacked my nails up. So, like I said, this is March. Today's March 1st. I'm just getting my nails in shape. And I will never again take money out of my hand and pay it to somebody else and say, "Here, jack my nails up for me." That's the most silliest thing, and I won't do it again. And they just caught me off guard. My granddaughter was getting hers done, and they kept saying, "You sit down, get yours done." I was like, "No, no, 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 sit, sit, sit." And because it was our special day, I was like, okay, let's get our nails done together. Terrible, terrible. I can paint my nails myself if I ever have an event or a function or I want them done. And is it Sally Hansen? Sally Hansen sells a nail polish at Walmart. I think it's called Quick Dry. Anyways, it dries really fast. And they also have a top coat, same way, that dries really fast. And I don't need color on unless I want to dress up or look nice or go somewhere. I want my nails to look nice. I don't need to do it. Now, this does have a little bit of an odor to it, like for me, but I'm sensitive. With lung disease, I'm very sensitive to scents. So this does have, I thought I was going to die when I got that second gel nail manicure done. Because when I got the first one done, the second one was done at the salon. So they used that little drill to take the polish off. Well, I was not going to go back and pay anybody else any more money to do my nails. And so I didn't know how to take gel nail polish off. So I had to look it up online, and it said, here's told to upsell. Yes, they are. But I went online and I looked up how to remove gel nail polish, and it said buy some acetone remover. Well, thank God it was warm out that day, because this is like in January that I was taking it off, and it was in the 70s that day. And I was able to go sit outside because you had to take acetone nail polish, soak the cotton ball, wrap your fingers in foil, and then it did come right off. It worked wonders. But man, the smell would have killed me if I would have had to do it in this apartment. I actually tried the first one in the apartment, and it was like, whoa, this is way too much. I'm going to die in here. And because it was 70, I was able to go outside. But again, so this does have an odor, but I'm very sensitive to odors. Yeah, they are told to upsell. I worked at McDonald's. I always want to say my first real job was at McDonald's, but that's not true. If you get paid, it's a real job. My first real job was babysitting, and then it was delivering newspapers, and then it was, I think, babysitting again, and then it was McDonald's. And yeah, everybody wants you to upsell. So my internet just went up again. I'm like so disgusted. And the area where I live, is it AT&T? They can't provide here, like Time Warner or Spectrum, whatever they're called. They kind of monopolize everything. So that stinks. I don't think they should be able to do that. I think you should be able to have options. I don't think anybody should say, if you want the internet, you have to get it from this person. And it doesn't matter if they charge you an arm and a leg, you're going to pay if you want the internet. Especially when, isn't Google Fiber free or whatever it is? Sorry, this hair is driving me nuts. I'm about to take this wig off, but you guys see my hair underneath. But I'm trying to, I don't know, I think me and God have been having some talks. And I'm really trying to take care of myself better. And I don't mean just my health, but I mean really take care of my hair. Like he's blessed me where I can try some different hair products and see what works. And to be honest, so I have, and I was going to make a video about this. I'll talk about it briefly, but I am going to make a video one day because so I did purchase these hair products and Shea Moisture. Everybody's crazy about Shea Moisture. There was one product I found there years ago. I think I had a coupon for it, and that's the only reason why I purchased it. And it was okay. I kind of was okay with it. I think I even bought it after I used my coupon. But I have some stuff right now I purchased, and it always feels good when it first goes on, but then my hair ends up dry. My hair ends up dry from any product I use. And so I purchased this other stuff, Hawaiian ginger mielle, I think it's called Mielle. Smells heavenly. Feels like silk when I put it in my hair. But by the time I take my braids out, they're dry, there's a lot of breakage. So I'm like, okay, what's the problem? Well, Cream of Nature. I've always loved Cream of Nature's products, especially their argan oil. They have the best argan oil that I've ever used. So, one top size, I'd order large fries, only 10 cents more. I know. I know, large Coke, large fry. You can get 2 Big Macs for if you buy this, yeah. And that's why you have to kind of tell them, I just want a Big Mac and French fry. That's it. And then they tell you, don't upsell if the person clearly says, that's all I want. We only had one internet provider here, very expensive. Another one started up less expensive. You know, I'm looking them up. I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, they shouldn't allow one to do it. So, what was I saying? I can't remember. Oh, but since this video was supposed to be about the nail aid, but this one right here, I just thought of this. This one, the Total Cure. So it does list 9 things that it does. And one of it says that it fills in like ridges in your nails. And it kind of does, because a couple of my nails, I have grooves and ridges in. No, I can't get a good shot of it. But yeah, so it did give it the illusion like it wasn't so wavy. So I don't know who makes this nail aid. It says clinically tested on the bottle, but it really does do what it says it does. I mean, the biotin, I don't know, maybe you have to wait for it to work a little longer, because I didn't use it very long. My nails were too weak. After I took the gel nail stuff off, my nails broke so easy. They were so brittle. And yeah, but they were in really good shape. Before I got the gel nails on, he said to me, he said, oh, your nails are nice. They're nice. And I should have said to him, yeah, they are. And I want to keep them that way. And I should have just went and sat down in the chair and waited for my granddaughter. But no, I thought, okay, I'll get mine done. But not anymore. That doesn't make sense that it ruins them for such a long time. It could be because it's winter too, which if the gel nail and removing that weaken them, and then you've got the cold weather on top of it weakening them. Yeah, that could be why, but I can't wait to get them in good shape. Your hair, argan oils. No, you don't talk too much, but yeah, so Cream of Nature. So right now, I've been trying to shampoo and condition my hair weekly. And I actually invested in some hair. This is kind of my filming room and my all and everything room. This mess here. So I kind of invested in, whoops, I kind of invested in like this. Like one of these hair dryers. I can't, well, let me put everything back in order here. China. So yeah, I invested in some hair product. I shouldn't be filming until I know what's even in this room. It's not set up yet. I'm trying to make this my film room, but it's not really set up to film. I've got stuff out. But so I've been trying to wash and condition my hair weekly. I've just been trying to take care of myself, and it's so funny because a lot of people are like, I don't see you anymore. I'm thinking, yeah, because I'm trying to take care of me a little bit. You know, instead of running around for days and, I never get a chance to comb my hair because I just slap that thing on it, and I don't have time to take care of my nails, and everybody else has theirs all fancy. I'm just trying to learn how to take care of me a little bit, and that takes time. It takes time. It takes time for me to wash and shampoo, and then if I'm going to do a hot oil on it and sit under the dryer, that all takes time. And I don't have the money to be running to a salon all the time, so I thought it would be better for me to just invest in the dryer and just invest in the hair products myself and do it myself. So right now, though, I have Cream of Nature in, and yesterday when I took my braids out and redid them, my hair was still somewhat soft, and I noticed there wasn't as much breakage. And I thought, this might be it. This might be the product, and I'm kind of hoping it is, because out of all the products I purchased, Cream of Nature is the cheapest. Oh, excuse me. Hair washing day is a long process. It really is. And I don't have much hair up under here, but it is a long process if you want to take care of it. And I don't have, my thumbs all messed up here, it clicks and pops and stuff. It's a long process. So I don't have time to do mini twists and all that stuff. I don't know how some of them YouTubers did it. I really don't. Like the natural hair community, I don't know how they did it because that's a lot of work to be putting in mini twists and to just the money for products. You have to keep trying products until you find something that works. And like I said, I hope for me the Cream of Nature does work because it's the cheapest. And I do like most of the products in their line. So right now I have some stuff in there called Recovery Milk. And what I've been doing is taking the Recovery Milk, mixing it with the argan, and then putting it in sections. Because I would like to get it healthy and in good shape so that I don't have to spend the spring walking around with my head covered all spring. If I could get my hair to grow just long enough to pull it back, that's fine by me. I wish my granddaughter would learn to braid. I keep telling her, because if she could learn to braid, she could just throw 2 braids in for me. But I am happy if I can get it to grow long enough to just pull it back. I used to be able to do that. And I think I was doing hair reviews. Reviewing products for hair vitamins or something. And it grew pretty decent where I could pull it back. But then as soon as I couldn't afford to buy the vitamins, so as soon as I wasn't taking them, all my hair started falling out. And, I'm aging and my hair is thin. It's always been thin. So it's just falling out more and it's thin. So instead of just letting it, I don't know if you guys remember, I cut it really short about a year or so ago. So I didn't know if I was going to keep wearing it short or try to take care of it and let it grow and get it healthy. And when the cold weather hit, I decided wearing it short wasn't good. I don't know how people do it. I don't know how I see some women with short hair and they don't even have a hat on in the winter. They just have a scarf around their neck. And I'm like, it's too cold. Like I was freezing with no hair on my head and we didn't even have a bad winter. So I thought, I'm going to see if I can't get it to grow and get it healthy myself. If I can, great. If I can't, I don't mind cutting it all off again because I didn't mind not having hair either because it's a lot easier to take care of it. You need like 2 drops of shampoo and you don't have to go through blow drying time and all that. And you just throw a hat or a wrap or something on. Gotta have a hat. Yeah. Yes, too. And I'm a freeze baby anyways. I noticed, because I went out the room. I was going to say, I noticed I put my robe on, but that's only because whatever this cold is or whatever, I was getting chills and stuff too. But I haven't had dinner yet. I don't really want dinner. But if I don't eat, then I'm going to find myself eating at 9, 10 o'clock tonight. But I don't know what I'm going to have. So this morning, I didn't know what to have. And so by the time I wanted some soup, actually. So I had made some lentil soup. But when you've got a cold, lentil soup is not really kind of the soup that you crave. Not me. I wanted like chicken noodle or like a nice clear broth soup. But when I got up to look to see what I was going to have this morning, if I was going to have oats or eggs, I saw ramen. And I haven't had ramen. I just bought it when I went shopping like last week. And I haven't had ramen in a long time. And I thought, no, I don't have ramen for breakfast. And then I thought, no, I want ramen. That's the beauty of being an adult. You can eat what you want to when you want to. So I decided I was going to have some ramen. And I crushed my ramen up really small. And I had the lentil soup mixed in with it. And then one of my neighbors was telling me about a dish that she makes with okra and zatarans. We were both talking about how much we like okra. So she was saying how she makes zatarans, uses zatarans andouille sausage. Anyways, her dish sounds so good that I decided to buy some of this zataran sausage. I did not like it. And then later when I talked to her, she said she didn't like hers either. I thought she used it all the time, but apparently not. So this morning I took some sausage out the freezer and it wasn't labeled. And when it thawed, I said, oh, this is the zatarans. But when I cut it up, I cooked it and I fried it up, cut it up, and I put it in with the lentils and the ramen. And it wasn't that bad. So that's what I had all day. That's all I've ate. Oh, well, that's not true. I had some potato chips. I bought 2 big, huge bags of chips at Sam's Club because when they started talking about this coronavirus and things like that and how fast it was spreading in the beginning, I said, well, I better go shopping and get a little stocked up in case I do get stuck in. And because of that, I use that as an excuse to buy potato chips because I don't buy big, huge bags of chips like that. But I thought, well, at least I'll have some chips. Well, I've ate almost both. Whoops, keep hitting that. I've ate almost both bags of those potato chips. That's sad. And then I wonder why I've gained all this waste. And so I'm not buying any more chips. I actually bought a big bag of pretzels too, but they're gone already. And that's why I can't have snacks in my house because I won't eat. I'll skip meals and I'll just eat snacks. And so that's why I have to really limit my snacks. Or if I do have snacks, I can only have like maybe like one bag of chips in the house. I cannot have 2 bags of chips, a bag of pretzels, cereal bars. I can't have a ton of snacks. Like last night, I had some pistachios. So I found myself eating pistachios, just laying in the bed, eating a big bowl of pistachios. Not good. Even though nuts aren't, that bad for you. Laying in bed, eating a great big huge bowl because you're hungry, that's ridiculous. So I know what potato chip factory you work at. I know every time I hear you videos and hear you talk, actually, that's what brand I had. I had their sour cream and sour cream and onion, and I had their Sam's Club had this cheddar bacon macaroni and cheese chip from your company. No, please don't. No. Oh my goodness, I would be sick. Actually, I ate so many of them that the only reason why they're still here is because for about 3 or 4 days, I couldn't even eat a chip. Like every time I looked at the bag, I just got sick because I overindulge. I'm a glutton when it comes to certain foods like potato chips. Um, that's one of my weaknesses. And candy. Candy is a weakness. I have to be so careful. Like my sugar a couple weeks ago was so messed up. And I have to be so careful with candy. I'm not a big dessert person. I never was. I have a cousin who really likes desserts. And we talked about it. And I told her, I said, that's not my weakness, desserts. My weakness is candy. I love gummy candy, Swedish fish. I can buy a box of Swedish fish at the store, the kind they sell you like for the movie theater. And before I get home, the box is gone. That doesn't make sense for somebody who has problems with their sugar. So hi, Detroit female. How are you? I came out here thinking I was going to make a video just on this nail product. And for once, my chat is working. So I've been out here for an hour, 15 minutes chatting. We don't make bacon ones. No, once my chat is working. So I've been out here for an hour, 15 minutes chatting. We don't make bacon ones. No. Okay, let's see. Yeah, these bags were huge. They were at Sam's Club. And let me see. I think I cut. Here we go. Cheddar bacon, mac and cheese. Limited time only, I see. So, yeah, so these bags were huge. I cut it in half almost, if not longer. It was like a huge bag, and I bought two. But I wanted to, they were only like $2.50 for a bag. Cheddar bacon, mac and cheese. And they're good when you start eating. And if you keep eating and keep eating, you're like, okay, enough. And yes, indeed, I killed those chips. It doesn't even make any sense to eat like that. And then complain about your stomach. It's ridiculous. Good to see you. Good. It is cheesecake for me. See, I like cheesecake, but cheesecake will mess my sugar up. It is too rich. If I eat a piece of cheesecake, it's got to be about this big. Like that's all I can do is taste cheesecake. Otherwise, the next day I'm going to be like this. My sugar, it'll knock my sugar out. But I'm a candy person, and so I purchased some candy, and again, just trying to have some things here if I needed it or got stuck in. And most of the candy's gone. The Swedish fish is gone. And then I bought those colored bubblegum balls that people set up at parties when they have the candy bars. And they just look so pretty in the store, and they had them on sale. And so I bought some, and I like bubblegum anyway. And I was chewing that gum, and it must have a lot of sugar in it too, because it had my sugar jacked up a bit too. But yes, indeed. I love candy. Not all candy. I don't like all candy. I don't like all that sour stuff. I like gummy things. And I don't like gummy bears aren't my favorite. I'll eat them, but they're not my favorite. I'll eat the gummy lifesavers. Um, I like Starburst, Skittles. Swedish fish is my favorite. You know what's so funny though? my family, when they came here to celebrate my 50th birthday with me, I had games that we were going to play. And so we all sat in my apartment and played games. And it was basically was like, how well do you know me? And it said, what is her favorite candy? And most of my family, without even knowing, put Swedish fish because that was their favorite candy. I thought that was so funny. I didn't know that about my sisters, and they didn't know it about me. They just guessed. So it's interesting how much we don't know sometimes about even our own family. But that was hilarious. I'll never forget that because I'm like, oh my goodness, I didn't know. It's almost like it's in our DNA to like Swedish fish. And a lot of people, my teeth keep wanting to fall out. A lot of people. So back to my teeth. So I fractured 2 teeth the day that I found out my mother died. I went to the dentist that morning. He told me he fractured 2 teeth. They've got to be removed. Later that night, I got a call that my mother died. And I thought, okay, I was supposed to go my mother died on a Friday. I was supposed to go get teeth extracted Monday. So I didn't know what to do. I was like, I really can't do anything. Should I just try to stay and get the teeth extracted Monday before I go? Or should I take a chance on going to bury my mother with these teeth fractured in my mouth? So I went to Pennsylvania, and so I kept, oh, it was a mess dealing with all the funeral stuff and then worried about my teeth on top of it and all that stuff. And so my teeth still are not fixed yet. And they have me wearing a flipper, and it's ruining some of my other teeth. So I have a cookie addiction. I have to keep them out of the house to keep from eating them. That's what we were saying about the candy. I have to keep chips and candy out of the house. If they're here, I'm going to eat them. And for some reason, when they started talking about the coronavirus, and like I said, I remembered H1N1. And when H1N1 was out, I was not nearly as busy. I was not, my health was not where it is now. And so I definitely stayed in during the H1N1 when that flu was out. So when I started hearing about the coronavirus, I thought, maybe I should make sure I have some things here just in case. And because I was at Sam's Club and they had those chips on sale, and because of the candy, they were just excuses to buy that stuff. And then it's all gone already. It's gone. All like the only thing I have left is I think about 6 gumballs left. And but the Swedish fish is gone. More than half the gumballs are gone because I just at night get these cravings, and it's almost like I can't even sleep on an empty stomach. If I fall asleep around 8 o'clock and I don't eat, I'm going to wake up 10:30 and I have to eat or I can't go back to sleep. So if I've got potato chips over fixing a meal, I'm going to grab the chips so I can eat them, feel satisfied, and go back to sleep. And it's dangerous. I fall asleep with food in my mouth a lot, and it's dangerous. I went through a little bit of a cookie addiction this Christmas. I did eat a lot of cookies. I kept baking. I don't know why I was baking so much last Christmas, but I did. I made a lot of and I love those peanut butter blossom cookies. And I kept making, and then I've been making the cake pops with my granddaughter and the chocolate covered strawberries. And thank God I live in a communal living space because at least I'm able to give that stuff away. And people have been taking it. I don't know if they'll take it now with the COVID-19 out. They might not feel safe, but I wrap the cake pops in plastic, and the strawberries, I would just set them on a tray and put them in our community room and say, help yourself. And I would go down later in the day and pick up my tray because they would be gone. So that's one plus about living in communal living is that I can bake and make cakes and cookies and pies, and I don't have to keep them all here. And so I have a minister that lives here, and she does ministry once a week at this place, and she always makes cookies. So over Christmas, I was like, well, I can probably make you some cookies because I like baking, and I like cooking. I don't mind baking, but I like cooking. So I did. I made her cookies, and then I made her some cake pops to take. And the cake pops were actually supposed to be for my granddaughter because she kept saying she wanted to be a pastry chef. And I said, so at Christmas, I saw cake mix on sale. And I said, well, maybe I should just buy her cake mixes and things where she can just start practicing, just have fun, buy her fondant and let her start playing with stuff like that. Well, the most I got purchased for her was like the cake mixes and the icing, and that was it. I never got the rest. So it was here, and one day she was here, and I said, here, this is really yours. It was supposed to be your Christmas gift. So anyways, we started making cake pops, and we ended up buying the lollipop sticks and the bags and everything, and just decorated. So one of the things I don't want to do is when I used to do crafts, I ended up with a ton of stuff because crafting is expensive. You keep buying things and buying things and buying things. And I got rid of most of my craft stuff. And because it was just sitting around and I thought somebody could use this stuff, it's just going to waste. And so anyways, I don't want the same thing to happen with the food because already we've purchased, oh, it's over there somewhere. We've purchased the little, what's the cake people's names? I can't think of it. I guess I'm talking too much. But anyways, we've purchased their little silicone warmer, chocolate warmer. And then my granddaughter leaves all that stuff here so that we can do it together. And I keep telling her, this stuff is yours. You can take it with you. I don't really want it here because I don't want to start accumulating stuff again. It's too easy to accumulate. Even when I decided I wanted to start taking care of my hair, and I went and bought products so that I would have it here. Now I've got this hair dryer. And I'm like, see, that's how fast it starts. That's how easy it is to start accumulating things. And I don't want it to happen. And what else? Oh, so I got this nice little desk. When I am able to make sure all my equipment is working well, I will show you the little desk I got from Walmart. So it was $49.99, and it was a little corner desk. Yes, I did know that about your daughter. I've seen some of her work on your Facebook page. She also does cookies and fruit. Yeah, I've seen some of her work. I don't know that my granddaughter's really, I'm not sure how, well, she's 15. She wants to be anything and everything. So I don't really know. I actually had somebody say when they saw them, they said, she could sell those. And they said, if she's really serious about making them, they attend someplace and they said, I'll take them and sell them. But, I tried to get her to come over this weekend for us to make some, and she didn't. But I don't really want her around until I figure out what's going on with my health, because I don't look, we have stuff going on out there. Nobody wants to catch anything. Well, my neighbor said to me yesterday, come downstairs and sit. And I'm like, yeah, right. If I come down there with my mask on, everybody will run anyways. I told you I gave my neighbor my washer. And when I opened the door and had that mask on, I've already talked to him, and he has autoimmune problems. And when he saw that mask, I could tell he was afraid to come in. And so I said, "You can come in." I said, "I just think I'm getting a cold." And I said, "So I don't want to get anybody sick." And so I had my mask on. And but I mean, everybody, look, I was in the store one day and I coughed, and this was before I even thought I was getting a cold. And this is when I was feeling fine. And I coughed, and this woman almost ran. And I kind of chuckled, but I thought, I don't blame her. I would do the same thing, whether I had lung disease or not. I would do the same thing. If somebody comes around me and starts coughing, um, um, I'm gonna I'm gonna social distance myself from them. Yeah, I. So I don't know. I've never really worked. I've worked with fondant one time, but I had a couple of my great nieces. I was back home at the time, and they were helping to make the cake. So they actually worked with the fondant better than I did. So I'm not sure how to work with it. Oh, I know. I was talking about craft stuff though. I don't want to start accumulating a lot of stuff. And already we've purchased like paint brushes to paint on the. We got the edible paint, which I don't like. I don't like that edible paint. I think I don't know. First of all, I looked at it. It's got a lot of chemicals in it. That's the first thing. And the kind that I bought was not the luster dust. The luster dust, I think, paints on easier. I bought the edible paint, and I think it's more so for cakes and things that have icing or fondant on it. And but now I have this edible paint. I've got these paint brushes. I've got lollipop sticks and bags and chocolate melters, and I know how quickly um, when you start doing things like that, next thing you know, you need the next item and the next item and the next item. And I downsized and I moved into a smaller space. And so I really don't want to start accumulating things um, and have to like one of the things I don't like is when you need to get into a drawer or need to get into a space and you always have to move something out of the way. I That drives me crazy. That's how I was living. And when I downsized, I gave myself a lot of room and a lot of space. And then when I moved, I had more space. And then when I made this last move, I decided the space I was in was way too much space for me. Um, I don't have that kind of health to be trying to keep up on a large place. I need just a nice little small space for me and my stuff. And and so I decided to move into this space, which is smaller and a lot easier for me to take care of. But I'm bringing things in, and I don't like that. Like that recliner. I got up this morning and I walked over by the window and realized I didn't have as much room to get through as I usually do. And I thought, oh no, I cannot put another thing in here. I can't move into smaller space and start bringing things in. And because one of the things I always do anytime I buy anything, like when I purchased the washer, the poor guy, I don't think he could understand my reasoning for some of the things. So there was one that I liked and I really wanted, but I said, oh, this lid is way too heavy. I said, first of all, every time I drop this lid or it slips out of my hands, my poor neighbors have to hear this. But second of all, I said, this lid is too heavy. I said, I've been sick to the point before where I couldn't lift a dryer lid, a washer lid. And I said, I always have to purchase things or get things, or when I move, I have to look at, will this work for my health if I ever get as sick as I was before? Doesn't mean it'll happen, but I know that it could because it's already happened. And so I always have to look at, will I be able to get through the doors with a wheelchair? Will I be able to get through the doors with a walker, a cane? Will I be able to get around? Um, you know, I have to look at those things. And so the washer that I purchased, I would have preferred something different because the one I purchased is digital and I didn't want anything digital. I wanted something old school that you just lift the lid, you turn the knob, you set the water setting, you can open the lid in the middle of the cycle. The one I got, you can't do that. You can't, once that cycle starts, it has to run or something. So I wasn't crazy about it, but it had some other features. And then 2 days after I purchased it, it went on sale. So I got the the price match. So anyway, I should probably stop talking. I'm out here trying to cough. My nails are dry, so now I guess I have to go mess them up and do my dishes. But this stuff is pretty good. It really won't. When I put it on my nails, I can do dishes, and it doesn't come right off. You know, not well. If I have a lot of dishes, I think sometimes it'll mess it up. But if I'm just washing a few dishes, that's what I like about it. I'm not one to promote things if it's really crap. And if something is really good, I can go on and on and on about it. And I just really like this stuff. I can't believe on the screen because I'm sitting in the room and it's kind of dark in here because I just have a little touch lamp on. Hang on 1 second. Okay, there we go. It wasn't up all the way. I was gonna say I'm sitting in here in the dark and I looked at the screen and the screen didn't look that dark. I don't know what it looked like on the other end, but look at this. I told you $10. I got this. I'm supposed to be in a play that starts in April, and we had to do the promo shoot, the shoot for the flyer to promote it. And I was too busy that day, and I thought, what am I going to do with my hair? Well, I went past the Beauty Mart, and I had to go in. Oh, I wanted to see if they sold masks in the manicure aisle. And they did, and they sold one mask for $2.39 for one mask. So, anyways, they had wigs on sale for under $10 or starting at 10 or something. So I saw this and I said, okay, I have enough time to go home and wash it. And I thought it's only $10. If I don't like it, it's $10. So, anyways, I thought I could wear it in the play because then I don't have to worry about my hair. That's one less thing. But I just, this here, of course, they're probably used, but I just washed it with some Charlie's soap, and then I washed it with some shampoo. And the reason why I said Charlie's soap is because Charlie's soap will kill a lot of bugs. So if there was any bugs in it, I was going to make sure, because $10, you can't tell me they're not putting used wigs out. So I was going to make sure that it was washed in Charlie's soap, and then I washed it with shampoo, and then I just stuck it under the dryer and wore it to go get my picture taken. But I don't know if I'm going to be in the play because I've got to wait and see what this COVID-19 is going to do. How is it going to spread? How quickly is it going to spread? What parts is it going to spread to? They keep telling us, more, it will spread. And so when they say that, we all sit back and hope it's not in our area, but we don't know where it's going to hit. We don't know what's going to happen. Same thing with H1N1 and the other things. You just didn't know what was going to happen until it happened. So the best thing for me, somebody with a respiratory illness, the best thing for me is if I don't have to leave this place, the best thing for me is to be here. It's just hard in communal living though, because you're not really like this by yourself because people will knock at your door. So I might have to, before I used to keep a sign on my door saying, if you're sick, or if you think you're sick, please do not come in. And I might have to find that sign and put it back out on my door here. Because people think when they're sick, oh, I wouldn't get you sick. But they're, I remember I used to say that when I was really critically ill, and people would come to my place to visit me, and then they'd start coughing or sniffing, and oh, I have a cold, and I'd say, well, you can't be here. You and then I would think, why would you come visit me? When you know how sick I am. But what it is when people love you and care about you, they think, but I wouldn't get you sick. I wouldn't hurt you. But their germs would. And that's what they forget. And so I've got a wig coming in the mail in a few days. Makes things easier. It really does. That's why I thought if I'm going to be in the play, slap the wig on. Because I've been in the plays before, but I've tap danced in them. And they're stressful, especially for somebody who's limited in their energy. They're stressful. I have to rest when I know the show is coming, and then I have to. There's so many factors. There's so many things. I have to watch the way I eat because of my GI issues, because I can't get on stage and start having problems. So I usually will just drink bone broth and take nuts or something that I can just snack on light if the bone broth doesn't work. But it's a lot. And then I can't do anything but rest, because you come home, you're exhausted from performing. You take off all the makeup, the clothes. You got to rewash the clothes, because it's hot under the lights. So it's just a lot. And the way we usually perform is dress rehearsal Monday, dress rehearsal Tuesday, a show on Wednesday, a show on Thursday, off on Friday, and the last show on Saturday. It's a lot of work for a week for somebody who's limited in lung capacity. So this time I decided, instead of dancing, because it is hard on my back and my knees and my lungs, I decided I would audition to be in the play. So I thought one less thing to worry about would be hair. And I thought, just grab a wig, throw on the dress, because it's a love story about a wedding. It's about a Chinese American wedding or something. And I'm just really going to sing a little part in it. But I don't even know. I have auditions tomorrow with her. I mean, what's it called? Not audition. What's it called? Practice with her tomorrow. And I emailed her and told her I don't think I'm coming, because I'm already short-winded. I have to go to the doctor's early in the morning. I need stuff for my juice, which means I'm going to get it while I'm out tomorrow early in the morning before the stores get too filled with germs. And so I don't think that I'll have the energy to go and sing. And then listen to my voice. It's all raspy and jacked up, and I'm coughing. And plus, I don't think that she doesn't seem to mind when I told her I think I'm coming down with a cold. But again, she doesn't have my lung disease. I wouldn't let anybody in my house that said they thought they were coming down with a cold. Speaking of which, I am feeling pretty crappy, so I'm going to go. It has been wonderful being out here chatting. I can't believe like a 10-minute video on nail aid turned into almost a 2-hour video. But you know what? Maybe it'll help me sleep better. Maybe it has tired me out to the point where I'll just sleep better. But I am tired. I don't think I'm going to manage to get my shower tonight. I might have to take it in the morning. I don't like it because my appointment's so early. I don't like, getting a shower and going out in the cold, especially when my system feels like it's already run down. I don't know. I'm so mad. I was doing so good. And I'm telling you, if I would have had masks, I don't think I would have picked this up. I think I know when I picked this up. I was out I had so many errands to run that day. It was a little cool. I remember because I started burning in here. I was just burning. And I kept thinking, you need a mask on, lady. And like I said, because of COVID-19 and everybody bought up all the masks, I only found one box of masks and there were only 20 in it. And I said, I've got to save them. I even went to Bible study a couple of times and reused my mask. And that's when I said, that's not sanitary. I can't do that. But, having some protection on is better than none. And then, I don't know, I should have called people that I knew in different areas because I'm just now hearing some people, like on the news and stuff, I'm just now hearing them say stores are starting to run out of masks. And I'm like, stores ran out of masks around here 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. Wait, this hit the end of January. Oh, yeah, about 3 weeks ago, I couldn't find masks. I was lucky to find the box that I did at Walmart, and there was only 20 in there. But one of my neighbors, their daughter works at a Walgreens, and they did tell me that there was a group in my area that was going around buying up all the masks every time the stores got a shipment in. And so now they were going to limit it to 2. And I thought they should have did that in the beginning. Anytime you think there's going to be a crisis, why? And I keep saying this. Why would you let people come in and buy up everything when you know that other people are going to need it? It's just, I don't know. I guess you can't stop. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, put a limit on it. They do. Look, when there's a sale, they'll say Cheerios, $2.99 a box, limit 2. So you mean to tell me that when they put Cheerios on sale to save the company $1 or 50 cents, they say, nope, you're only going to get 2. But when there's a flipping crisis where they know everybody's going to need food, water, masks, medicine, whatever it may be, you mean to tell me you can't put a limit on? It's a lot easier, even if those people were going and buying them all up, even if they went back like 5, 6 times, it's a lot easier to catch them that way than to allow them to come in there and just buy up all the masks when you know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to price gouge. And that's what was happening on Amazon and on eBay. I did see some masks on Amazon and eBay, but the price that they were asking for some of them, I thought, I'm not paying that. I'm just not. For me, it would just be better to stay in the house. But my stores are sold out of those masks. Can't find them anywhere. My friend is mailing me one. Yeah, they went so. But even just the blue surgical ones that I wear every cold and flu season, even these, like I have this hanging on my tripod because I had it on for a little while yesterday, and I didn't really go out yesterday. I just had it on to protect the people when they came in to get the washer. But if I have to reuse it to go to the doctor tomorrow, it is so crazy. And I always have a box of masks, always. I was going to say a stockpile, but not really. But I always have a box. I always have enough to get me through cold and flu season. And then my state has extended just the regular flu season out through May 16th. So, it's hard. People don't understand it's hard. When there's something going around that is killing people, especially if they have a compromised immune system. I'm sorry, I stuttered because I almost want to laugh. Because one thing I noticed they always say on the news, it's mainly affecting people with not mainly affecting people, but the people who are dying. Let me just say it the way the people who are dying are typically people with pre-existing conditions, or they're saying if you're elderly or if you have heart disease or diabetes. I thought, why aren't they hitting on the one thing that the disease will definitely kill you? And that is lung disease. It's a respiratory illness. Why aren't they mentioning that? Why aren't they saying, they're saying you shouldn't be wearing a mask unless you have to. Why aren't they stressing it and saying people who have lung disease or respiratory illnesses may want to take an extra precaution? Like, I wore my mask one day and somebody said to me, oh, well, they're saying you don't have to wear those masks unless, and I said, I don't care what they say. I said, are they living with lung disease? I said, some protection is better than none. And I'm going to do, oh, I know. They were telling me, they said that these masks, they don't protect you anyways because the germs can go in. I've known that. I've known that. Look, I've lived with lung disease since I was 27 years old. I know that these masks will let stuff come in. But some protection is better than none. And I still say I've done as well as I have the past 3 years because I wore my mask everywhere, everywhere during cold and flu season. And I think that's why I did as well. And look what happened. This season, I didn't have them. I didn't wear it. And already, here I am battling some kind of bug that's gotten in there. So the sign at Ace Hardware said limit 10 per customer. Everybody should have did that in the beginning. I went to my Ace Hardware. They were out. They were out of the surgical mask. They were out of the N95 mask. They were just out. Because by then people had got wind and they knew the first thing people think of is how can I make a buck off of this? If we run into a major crisis, some of the on eBay. Yeah, I think it was eBay. No, it was Amazon. Amazon is trying to watch price gouging. Amazon has said that if they catch people price gouging, they will discontinue their account and stuff. Like they won't be allowed to sell on Amazon. But eBay, it was one of them. I couldn't help but laugh. Somebody was trying to sell, I think, 2 of the N95 masks for like $50 or $75. It was expensive. And I thought, are you kidding? But I guess they feel like if it gets that bad and somebody has the money, they're going to pay it. But those masks, I'm going to tell a quick story about the N95 mask. Then I'm really going to go because I'm starting to burn because I'm talking too much. And the wig is irritating me. You notice I keep messing with this wig. But so when I moved into a communal living facility, I called 3M because my concern was living with a lot of other people, sharing their air, their space. So I had a concern from the beginning. And I kept saying, I need to know what's going to be the best way to protect myself. Because again, I know about the blue mask. I've been wearing them for years. So I called 3M. I said, can you please help me know which is the best mask? And I told them what I wanted it for. I said, I'm looking for something for viruses, to keep me well through flu season, blah, blah, blah. So they worked with me and they said, you want the N95? I went to my local hardware store. I purchased N95 mask. I tried wearing them. I couldn't breathe through them. And it was a lot easier to use the blue surgical mask. So I took my N95 mask back to the store. Those masks cost about $3, $4 a piece, if even. I think I paid $6.97, $7.97 for a package of 2. I could kick myself. Like, as soon as they said N95 on the news, I knew exactly what mask it was. I had just went through this whole thing with 3M to find out. And now, they're saying on the news that it won't protect you anyways. But again, my take on anything is some is better than none. If I can get a little bit of protection over being exposed, I'll take it. And so I think in N95, my son gave me an N95 mask. So I'm just trying to hold on to it. Because we don't know. We don't know. They don't know. Only God knows. And being concerned doesn't mean I don't trust him. It just means that I am using wisdom to know that I have respiratory illness and this is a respiratory disease. That's simple. I can't afford to play around, you know. So, but I'm getting tired. I need to go do my dishes and I need to get into bed. But this has been great out here chatting. And that's the beauty of technology. If we do get stuck indoors, like look, there I go again, still talking 2 hours. I'm shutting this off. But if we do get stuck indoors, like the people on the ship, look how they were still able to communicate with people via video chat through their phones. And I mean, they were on the news, they were keeping people updated. The one couple was keeping people updated on their Facebook page because I was following their Facebook page. And that's the beauty of technology, that if, I live in, a building that if this building would get quarantined, I could still reach out to others. I wouldn't have to sit in my apartment and just sit here. I could still turn on this webcam, turn on my computer, and if it works that day and works well, I can have a nice conversation. Okay, guys, be blessed. Be blessed. I want to get this wig off my head. I'm tired. Where's my shoe? So, but it's been great talking to everybody. And I will try. I froze. Anyways, it's time to go. I'm freezing and sticking, but I'll try to come back in 3 days and show you my nails. If I can even get this to shut off. I think it froze again. I think it's froze. Oh. Oh my. See, I hope you guys didn't catch that. This thing freezes up. Take good care and get some rest. Thank you. You too. God bless. Good talking to everybody. Thanks for popping in. If it'll end, I can't even get it to end.